Salut. Yeah, let me quickly, give my take on the incident that happened in Warri. It's no longer news that the policemen unalive an unarmed dispatch rider. For me, the system is the major issue. The policing system is the major issue. We have in many of these countries that practice presidential system of government, and you know, any country that practice democratic system of government. Is it the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, or France? The police system, which is primarily vested with the obligation of protecting the lives and properties of citizens, are found doing this now. But for real, today is not the day to discuss this issue. Let's go straight into this situation. The 1999 Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Section 33, guarantees the life or fundamental rights to life. This section states that every person has a right to live, and no individual should intentionally be deprived a right to live except through the execution of a court sentence in a criminal offenses. Section 36, you know, states, which is actually meant for the right to fair hearing, state presumption. This also clarify presumption of innocence and prevent, a summary innocence or summary execution, or before trial. Stuff like that. That's at section 36. If you look at the section B, section 33B, also states in a situation whereby such right can be deprived. In a case whereby you're trying to, de-escalate issue, or you're trying to arrest somebody and resisting, trying to, not want to comply to arrest, or trying to deny, or trying to, engage in battle with these people that want to arrest, in self-defense. But if you look at the situation, this guy was already tied. He was armless. So what brought about the shooting? Understand that even if they catch him with a gun, he's no longer declared guilty yet, because he is still a suspect. The fact that you arrest somebody, you caught somebody in any act, does not determine that the person is guilty. So on what basis do you have to arrest such person? On what basis? So for me, I think this particular issue is a product of the system and not necessarily the police officers. When you arrest somebody like that, you need informations. Understanding that this is a dispatch rider, you have to make investigations by asking questions, taken to the police custody to ask questions so as to get to the root of the matter. That's investigation. That's giving the person the right to defend, right to fair hearing. What's happened to that? Now, the other aspect of it, a lot of people have been speaking, but it's so sad that many of these people are making content out of it. They just want to trend. What happens to people taking it up to ask for justice by actions and not talk? Human rights, you know, association by now should have taken this case up and get to the root of it. The fact that they killed the guy does not mean they cannot find justice. They cannot get to the root of the matter, because you can actually trace the person who sent the message and get the person arrested so that you can get to the bottom of it. What happened to, I feel like the Nigeria Bar Association should also get themselves involved, because they are also saddled with the responsibility of ensuring justice. That's why we have these three ties of government. But I want to plea to individuals, be it content creators, whatsoever you are, please, let's choose humanity over what we intend to gain in any content we create. If you have a voice, if you are influential, these are issues you should use your influence for. try as much as possible to fight for justice, make our environment a better place to live. And as a police officer, you know, putting a trigger on a fellow human being who have committed no crime yet. Because possession of arms is not, death is not the penalty for it. Unlawful possession of arms is not, death is not the penalty for it. So if there is this human feeling in us, we wouldn't treat our fellow human being that way. So this is a wake-up call for us as human beings to think first about humanity. That you are a police officer, that they are underpay you is not an excuse for you to take another person's life unlawfully. So the underpayment, whatever excuse you have for this, is not genuine enough. That is why I am preaching to us all that we should have human face to everything we do. You know, service to humanity is above everything we do in life. Thank you.